Sa gulo ng mundo, kaliwat ka ng isyu. Itaga mo sa bato. Andito lang ang magiging gabay nyo. Kasama ang iba't ibang kilalang abogado. Tuwing 1:00 hanggang 3:00 ng hapon. Araw ng Sabado. Itaga mo sa batas! Itaga mo sa batas! One DJ Chini. DJ Chini.
Know your rights, know your defenses, and fight what is right.
Walang maaargabyado sa taong may alam sa karapatan nito. Itaga mo sa batas! Itaga mo sa batas!
Dito lamang sa 107.1 Max News FM, South Surgeon.
Itaga mo sa batas with DJ Chini.
Alright, and so here we go. It's 1:39. Nagbabalik po tayo dito lang sa 107.1 Max News FM, Sock Surgeon. At sa napakainit na panahon, okay lang yan. Kahit mainit, magkape pa rin. Max Coffee 4-in-1 with mangosteen fruit pulp in cappuccino flavor. Kaya para gising na gising to the max at ang brain cells natin active na active para pakinggan ang ating discussion this afternoon sa ating special episode na Itaga mo sa Batas every Saturdays 1 to 3 p.m. And we are very ready, I guess, ang ating mga law student practitioners. Okay, nabulol na ako. With our supervising lawyer, Attorney Gerard Oliver Wang Jr. Okay, to discuss about the security of tenure, ayan, of course, enshrined by the 1987 Philippine Constitution and at the same time under the Labor Code of the Philippines. Okay, so, alamin na natin, mga kamax, ready na po ba ang lahat to win 200 pesos instant GCash? Dapat ready na. Like and share now na. Okay. So, umpisa natin. Sino ba ang unang magsasalita? Okay. Alright, go ahead.
So, ang topic po natin ngayon ay security of tenure. So, to define security of tenure is a constitutional right ng mga manggagawa o ng mga empleyado na hindi basta-basta sila matatanggal sa trabaho, maliban na lamang kung ito ay nasa wastong dahilan or pamamaraan or in English, this is just or authorized cause. Before din natin madadaanan yung just and authorized cause sa isang employer and employee relationship, kailangan din nating alamin kung ano mismo yung employer and employee relationship.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
ang employer-employee relationship naman is ang relasyon ng worker o ng manggagawa at nung may-ari ng isang
Nang pinagtatrabahuan ng manggagawa mismo.
Yes po.
Yeah, okay.
So, ang importance nito is para malaman kung ang security of tenure mismo, kung pwede bang tanggalin yung ang trabahante, para malaman yung benefits na matatanggap nila at nung jurisdiction ng korte kung magfa-file ba yung mga empleyado regarding sa pagtatanggal sa kanila invalidly. So, meron tayong 4 na causes or tests na tinatandaan if there is an employer-employee relationship. Una, kailangan natin malaman kung sino ba yung naka-hire or is there a selection or engagement of the employee? Sino ba ang nagpapasweldo sa kanila? Sino ba yung may kapangyarihan para ipatanggal sila o yung magdisiplina sa kanila in case na meron silang mga nagawang mali during sa work nila? At especially, dito yung pinaka-significant na test na nagbabase kung meron bang employer-employee relationship, which is the control test. So, control test is the manner and method of how work is done in basically, kung paano tayo nagtatrabaho and paano natin ina-achieve yung mga kailangan natin gawin sa isang trabaho. So, in addition, meron din tayong economic test. Dito, sinasabi na ang batas na kung walang properties o walang ari-arian ng isang employee, ang trabaho niya ang mismong kanyang nagsisilbing hanap buhay o ito lang ang nagbubuhay sa kanya. So, meron din po tayong mga cases regarding dito, which is under Reyes and Glaucoma.
And before we proceed to that, no, can we just maybe discuss di ba we have fourfold test?
Yes.
Okay, can we discuss more about maybe further discussion about the first test, so under the fourfold test, we will maybe maybe later the economic control test. Okay, and the fourfold test muna tayo. Kasi we would like to clarify everyone, the security of tenure is para po ito sa regular employees. Okay? Kasi baka hindi to lahat ng employees na kahit probationary period pa lang or kahit baguhan pa lang may mag-assert na ng kanilang security of tenure. So we would like to clarify na itong security of tenure under the labor code means itong sa regular employees po. Mga regular employees in the Philippines cannot be terminated without just and authorized causes. Okay? So may discuss pa po natin yan mamaya, isa-isahin, himay-himayin natin yan, yung just and authorized causes. Kasi under the just causes, mayroon po yan mga iba-ibang grounds, no, na pwedeng makonsider na just cause. Okay? And then, meron din pong another number of authorized causes as well na pwede nating makonsider na pwede na palang tanggalin ang isang employee kahit regular ka pag may authorized cause naman. Okay, may authorized causes na. Okay, so isa-isahin po natin yan, himay-himayin po natin yan. And then, mamaya, in the middle of our discussion, we will throw a question. Paunahan po kayo sa comment section. Okay, para manalo ng 200 pesos instant GCash plus a surprise and a gift certificate worth 1.5 for hair treatment. Okay, and of course, magre-react, bigla-bigla na lang magre-react yan mamaya ang ating supervising lawyer as well. Kung meron siyang idadagdag, meron siyang i-correct, and whatsoever. Alright. Okay, so saan na ba tayo? Kailangan kasi mag-follow din ang employers, ano? Yes. Kasi hindi pwedeng basta na sabihin natin, gusto ko lang. Ayaw ko na sa'yo. Hindi naman pwedeng ganun na lang basta ite-terminate, no? Okay, unless lang kung hindi ka pa umabot ng 6 months, alright? Ayan, kasi kung after 6 months, regular ka na talaga. Pero paano mo ba masasabi? Can we just include maybe, paano natin masasabi na regular ka na ba talaga? Kasi, di ba, kasi basehan natin yung control test, no? Kasi which is the most significant ika nga sa fourfold test. But we will discuss first the fourfold test na lang maybe, before we proceed to the jurisprudence. Okay? So, okay, can we, maybe ikaw na muna? Or si Angelica?
Yes, Angelica.
Si Angelica muna.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Angelica.
So, coming back to the fourfold test, we will start with the selection and engagement of employee or yung hiring test.
Okay.
So, dito sa hiring test, yung mga employers ay naglalabas ng qualifications kung ano ang kinakailangan sa isang trabaho. Dito nalalaman kung sakto ba sa isang employee yung trabaho at kung kaya niya ba yung trabaho na ibibigay ng employer sa kanya.
So that refers to the qualifications, no?
Yes.
Kaya nag-hiring
Yes,
sila, di ba? May mga qualifications pinopost ng mga employers. Ayan, okay. Go ahead.
Tapos, susunod naman po dito is the payment of wages. Kung papaano ba yung paraan ng pagsusweldo ng mga employers sa kanilang employees. Is it depending on the project ba? Kung yung sa progress ba? Or it depends kung it is monthly po ba? It is referred to a fixed salary or is it by project based din po?
Doon natin masusukat kung may employer-employee relationship ba talaga.
Yes.
Kasi depende kung paano ba to, buwanan ka lang pala, by project ka lang pala, or regular
po
talaga na nagre-receive ka ng compensation.
Yes.
No? So doon natin mabibuild up yung employer and employee relationship. Okay, so that's the second control test. Test. Okay, go ahead.
Then the third test is the power of dismissal. So, ang ang power of dismissal, once again, yung employer ay may karapatan na itanggal yung kanyang employee once meron siyang na-violate na rules or meron siyang mga nakikita na hindi kaaya-aya na makakasira sa kanyang business or sa kanyang reputation as a business owner. So dito minsan nakikita natin una-una nagbibigay muna sila ng warning, tapos if hindi pa rin ito na susunod ng empleyado ay pwede na siyang maitanggal ng kanyang employer.
Ayan. Okay. But of course, hindi lang basta-basta din, ano?
Yes,
Kasi,
hindi pa rin po basta-basta.
Oo, may mga limitations and
Yes.
boundaries, no? Kasi, baka ma-abuse, ma-abuse ng employer na porket, ay, eto, may ganito, ganyan. Pero dapat ma-establish pa din yung reason, yung ground. Okay. Si attorney, merong gustong idadagdag si attorney. Go ahead po, attorney.
And of course, with the power of dismissal, DJ Chinny,
Yes
we
po.
must also take into account also due process. Also
Yes, definitely due process.
in
Oo.
the disciplining and the dismissal of the employee, because yes, we may talk about later on substantial due process, meaning to say hindi talaga basta-basta matatanggal yung employee if it's not based on just an authorized cause. Tsaka din meron din tayong tinatawag na procedural due process.
Yun, okay. Oo. Although we discuss about the na hindi na natin pwedeng isa, pero isisingit na natin kasi
Isisingit na
kasi
natin.
natatakal na rin natin yung yung dismissal. Okay. So, what about this procedural process po? Procedural kasi we actually nakapag-discuss na tayo, well, years ago pa yon. Okay, so maybe kailangan na nating maulit yun, ma-discuss at mapapakinggan ng lahat. Kasi, di ba, dinidismiss para tatanggapin na lang ba ng employee na, eto, dismiss ka na, huwag ka nang pumunta, huwag ka nang bumalik, without even a memo, without even the due process na sinasabi natin, di ba, attorney, no?
Yes, yes.
Okay, ano bang dapat anong karapatan ng employee para questionin yung kanyang dismissal?
Well,
Ayan.
ang palaging, well, hindi naman palagi, pero yung common practice kasi is they will just be dismissed with one memorandum lang, memorandum
Yes.
of dismissal,
Opo,
which is klaro naman yung labor code natin at saka established jurisprudence na hindi talaga yan pwede. It needs to be at least two, kasi ang tinatawag dyan is the twin notice rule.
Yeah, the twin notice rule. Okay, so which means merong memo, tapos may due process, the opportunity of the employee to explain kung ano ba tong sinasabi sa memo na to, and then may kumbaga investigation. All right. And then another
And then afterwards, if the investigation is terminated, DJ Chine, then there would be a second memo
Yun.
that would contain the decision whether the employee would still be working with the company or he will be dismissed or suspended based on the investigation, of course.
Okay.
Yan yung twin notice rule. Just a short.
Correct. That's the twin notice rule. Ika nga, dapat ang employee makakatanggap muna ng memo po, tapos meron kang reply. And wag po kayong magtataka kung bakit, kasi ang iba magagalit kapag minimemohan. Hindi nga mas maganda nga yun, na may memo para may opportunity ka to explain your side. Di ba nilalagay within 48 hours, explain, ganito, ganyan. Kasi kung without that, hindi mo rin masasabi yung side mo, vocal lang, verbal lang. Tapos, di ba, hindi naman yun parang ma-carry over, hindi rin papakinggan, ika nga. And then, may investigation, tapos another final memo para kung ano ba talaga ang decision ng employer. Ayan, if unjustly dismissed, pwede pang i-entitle ang employee ng reinstatement, ng back wages, and other benefits, ika nga. Okay, pero may tanong dito, attorney.
Yes.
May tanong sila. Okay.
Ganun ba?
Okay. May tanong dito. Question, what if tinanggal po yung isang employee? Makukuha ba ang 13 months pay? Savings and salary? Oh, di ba? Ayan na yun. Okay. Can we maybe ngayon ba? Sasagutin niyo po ba? Or later?
Pwede man siguro, ano ba?
Later or after na lang ma-discuss natin yung
Ngayon na
Kasi
lang siguro.
ngayon na lang? Okay, sige. Agad-agad para hindi natin makalimutan.
Well, of course, if the employee is even dismissed validly or not, kasi it's still subject for questioning before the labor arbiter. Yes, he's still entitled to the wages that maybe he's entitled to during the time, and also 13th month pay. Kasi yung 13th month pay, commensurate lang yan to the months that you rendered service in the company. Depende lang yan kung ilang months ka nag-serve sa company during that year, so yan ang matatanggap mo. Let's say, for example, 3 months, so 3 out of 12. So yan ang pagka-compute mo, 3 months out of the 12 years. So yan, yes, he or she is still entitled.
Yeah. As long as nakapag-work ka a month, just a month, at least a month,
Yes.
sa trabaho mo, meron ka ng 13 months pay. Of course, do not expect for a bigger 13 months pay kasi 1 month ka pa lang. Pero kahit halimbawa 6 months and a half, so it will be considered as 7 months ka na.
Yeah.
Kasi mara-round off na yan halimbawa,
Round off
6
lang
and a half ka nagtrabaho, tapos tinanggal ka bigla. Ayan, parang takot yata ipa-regular yung yung employee, tapos tinanggal ka. Syempre, makukuha mo pa rin yung 13 months pay mo. Okay. And then, yung savings ba? Kasi may ibang namang mga, siguro, ang tinutukoy mo na savings is may mga cooperative or may mga savings na dinededuct siguro sa yung salary. Yan, tapos naipon na, mga savings, ganyan. So, ibabalik talaga yan
Yes,
dapat.
babalik talaga yan. Kasi kung hindi nila ibabalik yan, then the person having custody of that, the co-op, for example, may also be liable for criminally or civilly liable.
Definitely. At syempre yung sahod mo. Na pinagtrabahuan mo na. Okay? Yung back wages mo, ika nga din. Ayan, kung meron man. Okay? So, hindi pwedeng, tinanggal ka na. Kahit pa may rason sila para tanggalin ka. Kahit nag-violate ka pa, no? Pero you are still entitled to your 30 months pay and other benefits. Okay. Anyway, so that answers your question, Jean Gray. Maraming salamat sa'yo. Sige, cash bond dam. Ano yung cash bond levy? Mainit na hapon, ayan, para jud nimo ni. May mga ganyan. Ala, naaday ka, ma'am, naapog ko diri. Hello din kay M. Balls. Hello din sa'yo. Ano daw maitutulong? Maitutulong mo, pwede kang mag-question mamaya siguro para mas, kumbaga, representing other employees na mayroong mga suliranin. Okay, so let's proceed with another. Saan na ba tayo? Doon sa third. Okay, kasi tayo hindi na natin pwedeng skip kasi kung pwede nating maisingit doon sa, halimbawa, dismissal, ayan, the power of dismissal ng employer, na hindi pwedeng abusuhin na lang because you have the prerogative na pwedeng ganito, ganyan, basta subject to ano din pala, to limitations as well. Okay, and the significant test.
Yes, so
among the fourfold tests.
Yung control test po. So once again, control test is the manner and the method of how work is done. So dito, ina-explain kung paano yung work style ng mga empleyado, ano yung procedures na dapat nilang sundin strictly. Kunyari, isa silang company na nagagawa ng mga products, so dapat meron silang sanitations and yung mga process kung paano from one department to another. So dito, nakikita natin na there is really work and kung paano talaga yung manner of work is done in one specific company or an employer relationship.
Ayun. Okay. May idadagdag ka ba, Alexine? Dahil mukhang,
Getting ready lang siya.
Getting ready.
Pero, for the control test, again, to emphasize, yun lang din po yung power ni employer to, I guess, give a standard kung ano yung methods ng work ni employee, basically. Siya yung may control talaga kung paano gawin ni employee yung trabaho niya. So, yun yung pinaka, out of the test na mentioned earlier, yun yung pinaka significant kasi dun mo nakikita kung ano yung power ni employer.
Ayan. Why we are discussing about the fourfold test? Para guys, ma-emphasize nga natin ulit na itong employer na to, meron po bang nagde-demand ba kung paano mo gagawin yung trabaho mo? Tapos, kailangan 8 hours talaga regular yung work mo? Kasi, i-differentiate natin sa mga by project lang, freelance lang, o kaya on-call lang, 'di ba? Na wala namang employee-employer relationship. Bakit natin i-build up ito, i-establish itong employer-employee relationship? Kasi 'di ba, kung pwede bang idulog doon sa NLRC, kung pwede bang sa barangay lang ayusin, o kung pwede bang sa mga ganon, kaya kailangan dapat nandun yung control test. Kasi 'di ba may mga cases na sasabihin ng employer, wala naman kaming employee-employer relationship eh. Kaya hindi ako mananagot, hindi ako liable doon sa ganito, ganyan. So, malalaman natin yan sa jurisprudence na ma-discuss ni Alexine a bit later or ngayon na?
Ngayon na.
Ngayon na. Go ahead. So, sure. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
For the jurisprudence po, isang important jurisprudence is yung Reyes versus Glaucoma Research Foundation. Ito very, I think, ano naman siya, simple siya kasi the Supreme Court found na walang employer and employee relationship between Reyes and the foundation or the employer kasi it started when Reyes was employed, actually consultant lang siya from the perspective ng employer, meaning hindi naman talaga siya kasi regular employee, pinasok lang siya for update ng organization structure nila and also the employee manual.
As a consultant.
So, as a consultant.
Okay.
But si Reyes, in-appoint niya actually yung sarili niya as an administrator sa case po. And however, nung sa facts na sa Supreme Court, nakita na dito pa mapasok yung control test na pumapasok lang si Reyes on his own time. So, flexi time lang siya. And own time, walang fixed schedule. Meron din pong another test na na-mention, yung economic dependency test, which means na si employee ba ay nakadepende, yung pangkabuhayan niya nakadepende sa employer. Dito, hindi nahanap sa relationship nila kasi si Reyes ay may other engagements with other companies.
So, parang sideline lang tong ni Reyes.
Parang ganun po.
Kasi pumapasok lang siya sa
own time.
Kung gusto lang niya. Diba? Hindi na nakokontrol ng employer niya yung oras ng pagpasok niya. Which means, the absence of control test, that means to say, wala silang employee-employer relationship. So, anong naging issue dito at ang ruling ng court?
Well, yun po yung basically yung ruling ng court na walang employer-employee
yun na talaga.
Relationship.
Okay.
Yes po.
Alright. So, doon natin nababase, kasi baka maraming mag-a-assert na, napakinggan ko sa itaga mo sa batas, ganito, ganyan. Okay, tapos, biglang na iba pala ang interpretation niya. Yes. Okay. So, by project ka lang pala o kaya, job order pala, ganyan. Tapos may mga sabihin na nating, hindi sinasabihan naman ako kung ganito dapat ang gawin ko, pero yun pala, wala yung control test. Hindi na-establish, Okay. Okay. Other jurisprudence?
Another
okay,
one
go
po,
ahead.
I think very recent and also important, which is yung Dityangkin versus Lazada e-Services Philippines. So, dito po, yung delivery riders ng Lazada.
Okay.
So,
bago yan?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Sige, go ahead.
So, they were tagged po kasi as independent contractors. Pero, as the court, ginamit niya yung two-tiered test, yung control at saka yung economic, and found out na yung mga drivers actually were regular employees.
Okay.
And bakit?
So, yung mga nagde-deliver ng Lazada, Shopee,
yung
ganyan.
logistics
Okay. So, the issue there is
whether or not independent contractor ba sila or may
employee-employer relationship pa. Okay, sige. So, ang ruling ng court ay
regular employees
sila.
Yes po. Kasi in applying the control test po, the court found na meron silang control over the methods ng work ng mga drivers, yung mga like imposing penalties, yung sa disciplinary, yung ruta nila, tapos kung meron din po silang quota,
may quota din sila,
and how they handle the parcels, yung mga ganun po.
So, may control test.
May control test. So, and the other test naman, yung economic, na, syempre, kung walang drivers, walang logistics. So, very important sila sa business. And the court also emphasize na yung mga drivers, they were economically dependent sa corporation, sa Lazada. Kasi dun nanggagaling yung pangkabuhayan nila. And they don't have capital to parang independently work.
So, pumapasok din yung economic, dependency test, parang gano'n, Okay. Especially kung talaga naman, meron naman kasi what if yung ibang mga na nagsa-sideline lang mag-deliver. Depende yon. Halimbawa, meron siyang business, sarili niya. So, wala na yung economic dependency test doon. Halimbawa, may gusto lang niyang mag-deliver sideline. Ganyan. So, depende case-to-case basis din, ano? Ayan, okay. Anyway, so mamaya po babalikan po natin kasi it's 2:03 at ang bilis lang ng oras. Okay. Diba? Ang dami pang mga questions mamaya siguro ng ating mga kamaks natin dyan. Okay, like and share first dahil maya-maya lamang magbibigay po tayo ng question and paunahan ito ng sagot. Hindi na to hashtag lang. Kailangan mabilis kayong mag-type. Kasi pabilisan talaga. Pero kung may magta-tie up, may magta-tie sila, same minutes ago na sagot, di doon tayo magbe-base kung sino ang naunang nag-share ng live stream natin. In public wag po customize at hindi nakalock ang profile nyo dahil i-verify po natin yan para manalo na ating instant GCash prize. Alright, anyway, so magbabalik po tayo. Let's just take a break. Ayan, okay pa ba? We have water here, cold water for you guys. Ayan, if you would like to, maybe coffee? Hindi na? Hindi kayo pala coffee? Okay, magbabalik ko kasi init na ng panahon na din. Okay, anyway, it's 2:04. We'll be right back to hang on dito sa ating Itagamo sa Batas. At i-construct nyo na din ang inyong mga questions kasi ready ang ating mga bisita, especially our supervising lawyer, Attorney Gerard Oliver Wang Jr. to answer your questions. Okay, so magbabalik po tayo still with Alexine and Maria Angelica. Okay? Okay, now we're back here. Right here sa ating programang Itagamo sa Batas. It's 107.1 Max News FM Surgeon. And well, hindi pa natin napag-uusapan nga naman kung ano nga ba itong isa-isahin na natin itong just and authorized causes. Kasi sometimes naririnig lang ng iba, mga employees without even understanding kung ano ba talaga itong just and authorized causes. Na sinasabi. Kasi sasabihin nating ito ba under just cause ba to? Under authorized cause ba to? Kung bakit ka terminate? Baka sabihin natin na unfair yung pag-terminate sa akin, pag-dismiss sa akin. Pero pag sinabi na babasa mo na lang sa memo mo na under just cause, kaya ka dinidismiss, o kaya under authorized cause, kaya ka ite-terminate. So hindi natin naiintindihan ang ano ba ang implications ng causes na yan at ano ba ang meron. Isa-isahin natin. Umpisahan natin sa just cause. Okay, sige. Under the labor code. Go ahead.
So just cause po, I guess I would put it as actions ng employee or kasalanan, hindi naman kasalanan, pero most likely ganun.
Most likely, kasalanan.
Sa labor code. So, merong grounds like serious misconduct na it involves grave and aggravated nature na related sa duties mo as an employee. So, meaning nun, malala yung actions mo na it had negative impact sa business, sa employees, or sa workplace.
Okay. Can we cite examples?
Example po,
the grave misconduct or what?
Fighting on company premises, sexual harassment,
sila?
or theft.
Okay.
Opo. Another na closely related is yung willful disobedience po, no? Ito yung intentional refusal to follow lawful reasonable order related to employees' duties. I just wanted to emphasize yung requisite po neto is to have a lawful and reasonable na I guess policy ng employer before masabi na, like an example po nito is yung code of conduct.
Okay.
Tapos violate mo siya. So yun po yung yung willful disobedience.
And yung willful disobedience kasi parang merong mga employer na ina-abuse din yun na hindi niya ako sinunod. Pero simpleng utos lang pala and that there's no intention ng employee's part na na i-disobey siya or something like mayroon palang mga ano lang in between, may mga interruptions kaya hindi nasunod yung ganito, tapos gawin ng just cause agad, gawin ng ground agad ng employer to dismiss the employee. May mga ganun, no? So hindi po dapat magbabase lang tayo dun sa enumerated, ano? Kasi meron ng mga requisites ika nga, no? Ayan. Okay, so other than
willful disobedience,
okay,
gross and habitual neglect of duties. Ito po yung
Just
tuloy-tuloy at paulit-ulit. Example po nun, abandonment ng work, abandonment po.
And we have a landmark case, I guess, about that abandonment.
Yes po, pero ang na-cite ko po is for yung Sugar Steel Industrial versus Albina.
Okay.
What happened doon po is inanon sila ng employer na gross and habitual neglect of duties po. Ano po, may issue, may incident po kasi sa company nila. Though na-follow naman yung process nung notice, nagkaroon ng investigation, pero kasi the employer has the burden to prove na habitual yung pag-neglect nila ng duties. So, hindi pwedeng sabihin lang ni employer na, habitual na to. Kailangan hindi single and hindi isolated yung case for this ground po.
So that doesn't mean na one time lang na abandon niya ang duty niya. Halimbawa, bigla siyang umalis sa work kasi may emergency pala sa bahay. Pero he has still the intention, or he or she has still the intention to go back sa work niya, pero ginamit na yun as ground na neglect of duty na agad. So hindi pwedeng na one time lang naman, rarely lang naman. So dapat habitual yan. So habitual neglect of duty talaga. Para ma-establish na talagang inabandon niya yung kasi may iba dyan na sasabihin nga ng korte na paano mo naman nasabing inabandon na, kasi yung pumunta nga, dumulog nga sa sa NLRC nga gusto magpa-reinstate gusto magpaano kung ayaw na talaga niya magtrabaho di sana hindi na nagparamdam, di ba? Parang gano'n.
Bumalik po siya sa company ng ilang beses pero hindi na siya tinanggap.
Ayun. Okay. So may mga karapatan pa tayo. Dapat i-push talaga natin. I-pursue talaga natin yan. Alright. So another
last
ground.
One would be the fraud and or willful breach of trust. Ito yung mga pagsisinungaling or acts of dishonesty, especially for employees na may position of trust. Example po na ito yung hindi pag-remit ng pera ng mga cashier. So ayun po, ma-breach yun.
Yun. Lalong-lalo na kung talagang ikaw yung nagmamanage ng cash operations, daily operations ng company, ikaw yung nag-handle ng pera, so there's the trust and confidence na inano sa'yo ng employer mo. Tapos, di ba, may mga irregularities sa remittances, mga ganyan. So, pwedeng maging ground yun. Okay? So, yun po yung mga grounds. Meron pa bang iba? Okay, yun po yung mga grounds under just cause. Okay? Just cause na pwede po tayong matanggal bilang employee. Okay? So, again, we will enumerate na lang. Let's enumerate again.
Serious misconduct. Willful disobedience. Gross and habitual neglect of duties.
The gross and habitual neglect of duties.
Fraud or willful breach of trust.
The fraud or willful breach of trust. Ayun. Okay, yun po yung mga So, kung guilty naman kayo doon, huwag na kayong mag-question kung bakit kayo tinanggal. Okay? Pero kung may mga irregularity pa sa pagtanggal, pwede mo namang further maybe clarification sa HR, ganun. Kung bakit ganito, ganyan. Alright. Sige. So, we're done with the just cause. And then
we have the authorized cause. Ito yung grounds na hindi related sa employee's fault but due to legitimate business needs po siya.
Ito naman kaibahan doon sa just cause kasi guys, meron pwede kayong ma-terminate kahit wala kayong mga na-violate. Wala naman akong kasalanan. Bakit ako tinanggal? Ito na yun, na-fall na ngayon sa authorized cause. Okay, so one is
redundancy po.
Which means
sobra na or hindi na needed yung I guess yung role mo kaya the company has decided to let you go po.
Ayun. So parang doble-doble na yung mga mga designations ng employees na pwede namang ma-handle
Yes
ng
po.
iba. So, kaya ile-let go ka. Pero may mga violations ng employer dyan, ano?
Yes
Kasi
po.
may landmark
Requirement.
case tayo na nag-iba lang ng pangalan yung company kaya tinanggal na doon kasi may redundancy daw. Pero hindi pala. The same set lang naman pala ng the same company, the same nag-iba lang ng title, ang
Yes.
pangalan lang ng company pero the same owner, the same operations ng business. Pero ginawa lang na ground na kuno may redundancy pero wala pala.
Yes
Just
po.
to dismiss the employee. So, hindi pala basta-basta din talaga, no? Okay. So, ayun. Tulad na sinabi, meron na kasing, alimbawa, quality control officer, ganyan. Hindi na kailangan kasi ganito, ganyan. Pero, yun pala, ginawa lang excuse. In the guise of, pero parang magre-regular na kasi to kaya tanggalin na natin, hanapin na natin ng butas, parang gano'n, no? So, kunyari, redundancy. Okay, sige. May question muna tayo. What if ang isang trabahante na disgrasya po namatay, tapos bago pa lang siya sa work, may benefits po ba siyang makukuha or sagot po ba siya ng company niya? Ayan, si attorney ang ating pasasagutin yan. Ako, isingit lang natin baka makalimutan at mawala pa, no? Ang question ni May Montefalcon.
So yung question, ma'am, is DG Chin is what? Yung na-disgrasya.
Ang
And
trabahante daw na disgrasya po namatay. Tapos
Okay.
bago pa lang siya sa work. Siguro anong klaseng bago pa lang sa work na yan? Okay, baka in a
Baka
year, 6
tatlong
months,
months,
or 3
o
months.
hindi mo na-
Okay, may benefits po ba siya makukuha or sagot po ba siya ng company niya? Okay. Ito ba ang tanong, na disgrasya ba siya habang
Okay.
nagtatrabaho? May clarify May kasi
Okay.
may basihan din natin yan, ano? Kung namatay ba siya sa negligence niya or outside the work na ba or inside the company?
Okay. So, i-qualify muna natin, no? If it's in the line of duty, while he was doing his job and then na-disgrasya siya, so yes, he can claim benefits. Ang
Yun.
unang-una dyan is yung SSS benefits kasi nasa private company siya. So, she can claim disability benefits or any type or any other benefits that fall under the category under the SSS law. Aside from that, meron din siyang pwedeng maklaim if even in his employment contract, merong nakalagay dyan na bibigyan siya ng disability benefits. But of course, one thing that the employer may use as a condition is that the injury or even the demise of the employee should be done in the line of while doing his job. So yun man siguro, but syempre need din natin ma-qualify kung gaano siya kabago sa trabaho niya.
Yun.
So if the person was there for less than 6 months, hindi mo yan maaari ma-claim na he is already a regular employee. So limitado din yung makiklaim niya na benefits that are outside of the SSS law.
Ayun.
Siguro.
Yes
And
po.
then if it's more than 6 months, magiging 1 year, and then he's already a regular employee, then he can claim as much benefits as possible that regular employees are entitled to.
Ayun.
So yan. So yun po, ma'am.
Okay. Alright. Sige. Yan na yun, May Montefalcon. I hope we answered your question. And yun na nga, kailangan pa namin ng more details about that. Kasi sa details mo, nakasalalay din yung accurate na advice, ang legal advice. Alright. Okay. So, let's proceed with the other.
Yes po.
Isa pa lang yun, no?
Yes, isa pa
Redundancy
lang.
pa lang. Okay, let's again go back sa
Yep.
mga grounds
Authorized.
under authorized cause. Okay, go
Another
ahead.
po sa authorized cost is yung retrenchment. Different siya sa redundancy. Here, downsizing siya ng workforce due to financial losses naman ng company.
Ayun. Nalugi na yung
Nalugi.
company.
Yes po.
Tapos kailangan na magtanggal ng mga tao. 'Di ba? So yun may retrenchment na. Pero syempre pag mare-retrench ka, you are entitled as an employee to receive a separation pay. Kasi hindi naman pwedeng i-retrench kasi lugi na yung company tapos hindi mo naman pala babayaran.
Yes.
Walang separation pay na makukuha. Unfair naman yun sa employee, di ba? So, wag po kayong papayag na pag sinabihan kayo na terminate kayo kasi lugi na yung company, magko-close na, ginan. Tapos wala naman palang separation pay. Naku, mukhang yun. Unfair yun, di ba? So, pwedeng ilaban yun.
Yes.
Na kaso. Ayun. Alright, and another one?
Installation of labor-saving devices, yung mga pag-automate na po, may mga makinarya na to replace
Yun,
the labor.
Especially kung dating ginagawa lang ng tao, tapos pwede naman palang gawin na dumating yung bagong machine. Ayan, meron na palang process na ganyan na without the assistance ng human intervention, yung parang ganyan, So, pwede nang tanggalin. Basta ma-establish lang ng employer. Baka kasi gawin na namang reason lang. Diba, no? Okay. So, attorney, meron bang benefit din makukuha kapag pagdating ng merong, sabihin na natin, may bagong mga machinery? Ayan, may separation pay pa rin pag tinanggal.
Well, yes,
kasi
of course.
authorized cost
yes,
kasi
it's
siya.
already an authorized cost. So, yes, they're also entitled to separation pay. Pero kapag, the burden of proof is still within the employer.
Within the employer.
Kailangan talaga, the work can already be done completely by a machine.
Ayun.
Or parang robot o ganyan. So yes, the employee is still entitled to separation pay.
Ayun. Okay, basta lahat ng mga causes na under authorized, the employee is entitled to separation pay. Kapag just cause, wag ka nang umasa na may separation pay ka. Kasalanan mo yon. Okay. Ayun. So, alright, let's proceed. Another
Yes
ground.
po. And then, the last ground would be the cessation of business or nagsara na po
Nagsara
talaga
na.
yung business.
Okay. Ayan, parang nag-segue na dun sa nalugi ang
Oo,
company,
and then,
tapos may cessation of operation na ng business.
Yes,
Okay, so nag-close na. Alam ano, ipilit pa ng employee, ay, hindi pwede. Alam ano, bakit i-dismiss ako and all? Magko-close na nga.
Yes,
Pero dapat hindi yung tipong nag-close nga, pero gumawa pala ng another company under the guise na bago itong company na to, pero with the same owner and all, and the same business operations and all, di ba, no? So, ayun naman. Eto na naman ang mga parang modus operandi ng mga employer. Mga modus, para lang mawala ang mabawasan ang employees. Ganyan. Okay, so, yun, you are entitled to separation pay pag under authorized causes yung pag-terminate sa'yo. Okay? Basta walang walang mga negligence from you, walang mga violations na tulad nun under the just cause. Ayan. So hindi ka na po dun. Kasi maraming nagtatanong, nag-resign ako, mayroon ba ako makukuhang separation pay? Yun yung tanong wala na. Tapos lagi kang nag-a-absent, may absenteeism, habitual tardiness, may ganyan. Kaya just cause na yun. Bakit ka pa magtatanong, may makukuha ba ako? Tinanggal ako basta na lang ako tinanggal. Ganito, ganyan. Nako, mukhang malabo yung separation pay dyan. Okay, ang question natin, unahan, for 200 pesos before we wrap up the show, we wrap up the discussion. Okay, question, for 200 pesos instant GCash, meron ka bang tanong, attorney? May tanong ka ba dun sa na pwede nating itanong sa audience na kailangan nilang sagutin very, very quick?
Sige.
Makinig kay teacher. Makinig kay attorney.
Okay, so these are the two causes in which a regular employee can be validly dismissed.
Ayon. What are the two causes under the Labor Code of the Philippines na ang isang employee ma-valid? Ang bilis na may sumagot agad. Okay, hindi pa tapos ang question natin na inuulit. May sagot na agad si Ellen. Ay, naunahan ka, Bebs. Okay, just causes and authorized causes. Ayan, ang bilis lang. At sumunod si Bebs RC. Ellen, pinaghandaan mo talaga, Ellen, ha? Nakinig talaga sa discussion. Very good student. Okay. Anyway, so do we have still jurisprudence to discuss? Ayan. May idadagdag pa ba si attorney?
May idadagdag lang ako.
Sige po, go ahead.
Well, of course, may isang authorized cause din, but it was jurisprudence kasi nag-establish yung merger and consolidation of a company.
Yan.
Kapag si company A at si company B, parang pinag-isa yung administration nila, magiging company C, for example, in the case of consolidation, or mananatili siyang company A or B. Ang tawag kasi dyan is merger and consolidation. So kapag ganyan, it's already considered an authorized cause, and yung policy na dapat i-adapt ng company is LIFO, which is last in, first out. So, ang basihan kasi dyan, yung mga pasensya na sa mga bagong employee, but they will be the first to be considered for even retrenchment or removal. Kasi, ang basihan kasi dyan na DJ Chini is seniority.
Ayun.
Last in, first out.
Wala tayong magagawa eh. Huli kang pumasok sa company. So, ikaw yung makukonsider na matatanggal. Ganon. So, eto ba, hindi na ba sila pwedeng ma-reconsider niyan kung mag-appeal sila or what?
Well, they can always appeal, DJ Chini. But of course, that is the common ini-implement na policy. It is the last in, first out policy.
Ayun. Okay. And of course, kailangan din ma-establish pa din the burden of proof pa rin lies sa ating sa employer.
Yes.
Okay, na ma-establish dapat 'yan at hindi lang basta gawing excuse and ground. Okay. So, congratulations Ellen. Ang bilis mo. Just causes and authorized causes are the correct answer sa tanong ni attorney kanina. And meron pa ba tayong idadagdag? Sige, go ahead. Alexine and Angelica. May pa idadagdag pa. Ayan. So,
Mensahe
na lang. Ay, may remedies tayong actually. So, one remedy pa. Sa very quick lang tayo to before the to end the discussion. Okay. Ano yung remedies ng isang employee kapag, ito nga, anong gagawin nila? Anong unang-unang gagawin kapag halimbawa, andyan na yung memo, tapos, sige, okay, nakapag-explain siya, pero kahit na valid yung explanation niya or kaya tingin niya naman, hindi talaga violation yon, pero ang investigation, ang final na assessment sa kanyang explanation ay i-dismiss siya. Saan ba siya unang pupunta? Ano ba ang una niyang first step na gagawin? Kasi gusto niya mag-complain, gusto niya ano pong gagawin ngayon? Kasi marami tayong employees na alam nila na sila, agrabyado sila. Alam nilang 'di ba? Alam nilang unfair yung pag-terminate sa kanila. So, ano bang una nilang gagawin? Hindi nila alam, saan ba ako pupunta? Okay, pupunta ba ako sa barangay, sa NLRC, sa DOLE, or what? Ano ba talaga?
Would it be Sena po, attorney?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct actually. But there are also measures even before Sena, DJ Chini. We have what we call the grievance machinery in a company where they can talk, kausapin nila muna yung admin at saka yung HR na bakit ganyan yung decision ninyo? Bakit natanggal ako kaagad? And maybe they can even settle the case or the case of dismissal there. Kapag ayaw talaga, then that is the time that the employee can approach the labor arbiter, NLRC, through the SENA or the single entry approach.
Ayun. So, sa SENA talaga kasi prerequisite talaga before going to our labor arbiter. Okay. And then advantage din talaga kapag may union,
Opo.
Kasi pag may mga labor disputes and all, ayan, yung union yung magde-defend sa'yo, etc., etc. Pero syempre, may mga employers na ayaw talaga magkaroon ng union yung although we have the right naman to do that union. Okay. But siguro set aside na natin yan. And malaking usapin kasi din yan, Okay, so, any more questions? Any more mga mensahe about the employees and all? Go ahead. Attorney?
Mensahe. Sa lahat ng mga empleyado dyan, mga nasa labor sector, dapat alamin natin yung rights natin and what protections the law offers us. Kasi meron talaga mga hindi talaga may iwasan, may abusive, mapanglamang na mga employers. So dapat even programs like this really help us na dapat we should really know our rights and we should know the law. At least may working knowledge lang tayo.
Yeah.
Opo.
Iba na pag may alam talaga.
Opo.
Alam ang mga karapatan. Okay, sige. And Alexine and Angelica, sige, go ahead. Your last messages. Okay, go ahead.
So, sabi nga ni attorney, yung labor code is to protect the employees. So, actually, ang labor code is not only to protect the employees but also the employers. So, ang employers, sana mabigyan din nila ng sakto na pag-dismiss yung kanilang mga employees. At the same time, yung employees naman, sana ay masunod talaga nila ng properly kung ano yung mga rules and regulations na binibigay ng isang employer para hindi rin sila matanggal na hindi nila nalalaman or
Ayun.
without their knowledge na tinatanggal na pala sila.
Alright. Yeah?
Okay, and just to piggyback dun sa sinabi ni attorney.
okay,
I guess yung laging pong pinapound sa amin ni Attorney Pitlo sa labor class namin is yung those who have less in life, something like that na should have more in law. So, yun, gamitin po talaga natin yung batas at yung karapatan natin kasi we have the protection of law. Lalo na pag employee ka.
Alright, okay. Ayun na nga, to sum up, yun na nga, hindi lang naman yung labor code na more on in favor of the employees always, okay, to protect also the capital of, syempre, din natin, protectionan din natin mga employer natin, diba, kasi yan sila yung nag-aano sa economy, diba, but of course, pero when in doubt, there's a saying na fundamental principle nga ng labor code na ang strictly construed. Yung batas ay strictly construed in favor of the employees and strictly against the employers, no? Kasi usually, sino ba mang mas nakakalamang? Tulad nga ng sinabi mo. Yeah, those who are less in life,
Those who have less in life.
those who have less in life, should have more in law. Dapat yun ang kinakampihan. Okay, basta tama naman yung Okay. Anyways, ask lang DJ, paano kung nagkasala ka sa trabaho mo, like nakabasag ka ng mga mamahaling bagay? Sa'yo po ba i-deduct yun? Nakasala yun ka. Ay, ala ka, nakasala yun. Nabasag tuloy. Hindi naman nabasag, natanggal. Sige lang, hawakan na lang natin, mababalik naman yan. Okay. Talking of nakasala, i-deduct natin sa ating... Okay, sige, attorney, go ahead.
Well, it depends on the company policy, no, kung ano ba talaga yung policy niya, but it's a very what do you call this? It's a very diverse policy when it comes to that. Pero ang common na ini-implement, lalong-lalo na kapag sa sales industry, is that i-deduct yan sa sweldo mo. Which is sometimes unfair kasi hindi mo talaga kasalanan yun. But it's one of the sad realities kasi. Yes, so far, the employee, under company policy, can actually use that pagkasira ng as a grounds for deduction of your salary. But meron ka ding defense, non-diminution of benefits or salary. So pwede mo niyan i-argue. So it really depends.
Okay.
Lalong-lalo na kapag hindi mo kasalanan. So it's really...
Pero kung nakasala gid daw siya, nakasala sa trabaho. Syempre parang given na no, na
well,
especially kung mamahaling bagay daw, mamahaling bagay.
Well, yes, but even so, you can still talk with the HR or the admin and baka masettle lang dyan at their level lang.
Yeah. Baka naman mapatawad. Okay, pero kung if it's being used in the operation of the business and it's too expensive para patawarin, talagang dahan-dahanin yan sa sweldo mo na i-deduct, no? Ayan. So, depende yan sa prerogative din ng employer. Okay. Anyway, so, some more questions? Ayan, inalate naman kong answer. Naulahi jud ka, Jean. Abdi kay si Ellen. Congratulations, Ellen. Okay, some more questions pa and some more... Ayan, meron ba kayong mga personal din na, no? Are you employed? Yeah, saan ka connected? Ha? Virtual assistant. Okay. And family business. Okay, so not really a full-time student talaga. Okay, ayan. So wala naman kayo na-encounter na something like unfair treatment. Wala pa naman. Okay, sige, attorney, meron ba?
Ako, personally? Or...
meron ba?
Well, actually, in my experience, no. I have not really experienced personally. So far, compliant naman yung mga employers ko. But only just recently, parang nagiging regular na yung employment ko because before when I was a law student, syempre probationary, contractual, so yan, may experience din ako ng na one of the major problems sa society natin is yung tinatawag natin na endo or contractualization, na kung saan palaging nasa probationary period. Kapag na lapse na yung probationary period, itatanggal lang. So yan. So
yun. Yun pa yung isang problema talaga ng bansa, no? Yung endo na yan, no?
Opo.
Okay. Anyways, mahabang discussion yung endo na yan. Okay. And would like to request, hi Colleen. Colleen, I'd like to give you something of course, for being here. Ayan. Teka lang yung mga natin, assistant natin. But hi guys, dyan lang kayo ha. At okay, magbabalik po tayo for more just right after this commercial break. Do hang on. Alright, we're back here guys. Thank you so much for being around and thank you po sa sagot, attorney. Ayan. Thank you also for throwing your questions and of course, busy kog badlong sa akong mga customer, ma'am. Ay, kaya pala na busy si Jean. Okay, kaya nahuli na siya. Hello to Cereline Parnites Sales as well. Thank you. Steinoff, andyan si Steinoff Dignadice. Si Annie, was it so Annie Bliss Sakin? Alright, ayan. Kapatid ba? Ha? Mother mo, mother. Ay po, mother. Yan, nandito ang iyong daughter. Very proud mother, si Ma'am Annie. Si Levi, andyan. Si Henley Dan as well. Si Jean. Si Jingo Abellion. Oy, long time no here. Jingo and May, of course. Si Beb, sa RC as well. Thank you guys for being around and talagang inabangan nila ang question. Nabigla din sa attorney siya ang pina-question. Pero ayan, ang bilis lang at nasagot nga naman. And also si Embos and sa lahat ng mga nasa radyo po na walang data, kahit na hindi nakasilip lang, okay lang po yan as long as you have Mags FM sa inyong background and at least may natutunan tayo. It's very parang sabihin na natin, very productive discussion para sa lahat ng mga employees and as well as employers na din kasi yun, at least aware din sila. Baka ang iba kasi syempre naging employer lang without even undergoing trainings and seminars regarding this employee and employee relationship, ganyan, diba? So ang iba hindi nila alam at basta na lang nagte-terminate ng mga employees without any just or authorized cause. Okay. Anyway, so we have something for you guys and Misty Katuran will assist me here to give you the certificate. Christian Media Management 107.1 Max News FM Soc Surgeon presents this certificate of appreciation to Maria Angelica Sakin for sharing her invaluable time and knowledge as a radio guest law student on right to security of tenure in Itagamo sa Batas with me, DJ Chini on 107.1 Max News FM. And given this on the 22nd day of November 2025 in Jensen City, signed by me and our CEO President, Madam Maritas La Forteza Mones. And same certificate of appreciation to Alexine Mercado, ayan, for sharing your invaluable time as well. And also, of course, pwede bang dito tayo sa harap? Ayan, makita kayo sa live stream.